When you think of volleyball coaching staff, the focus is all on the head coach, but so much more falls on the assistants. And you look at Ohio State's what we're calling the all-star staff and the playing credentials of some of Flynn Oldenburg's assistants. We were just discussing during the break the unlikely possibility that any have eligibility remaining in case the Buckeyes need them. But in today's day and age, I guess you really never know. And as you may have guessed, the head coach of the Buckeyes is with us now. Jen, welcome in. Let's start there. We talked about the credentials of your staff and their playing days, but obviously in today's day and age and what goes on a volleyball coach, your assistants are so vitally important. What are your thoughts on what your staff does for you?
So much. You know, I think there is focus on the head coach, but what your staff can accomplish together is the most important thing. And so as I'm hiring two new positions, I want to make sure that they're the right people, right? The right humans. And those two were what they bring to the gym just elevates everything else. You know, they bring so much joy, so much knowledge, and make every day fun. You know, like they really love coaching. So it was a great compliment for me and Michelle to have that full staff that's just all in every single day, and it's been a really great off season.
When you and that staff went to evaluate during the offseason what took place in 2024, I know it wasn't what you had hoped for in terms of wins and losses. So what did you take away, and not just from a critical standpoint, but also that was positive from last year that can fuel you through 2025?
Yeah, you know, I think the big takeaway is even through a tough season and a lot of losses, especially early in the Big Ten, we got better every single week. And we were playing our best volleyball at the end of it. And that's saying a lot because, you know, I don't know that everybody was all in. And I think that's where our team is fueled this spring, adding some transfers in, adding some experience, some fifth-year seniors that have joined our program in the summer. There's a really great energy going into this season.
How difficult can that be in this league, especially if you get off to a slow start and you feel like you look down the schedule, you're trying not to look too far, and you realize there are simply no breathers?
That's every year. You know, whether you're winning or losing, there's no breathers. So for us, it was just about getting better. And so, you know, I think that as we head into this year, our non-conference schedule sets us up really well to have some wins heading into the conference. And then it's just day by day, match by match, are we getting better? Are we competing? And I think this team's ready for that.
How does the non-conference scheduling philosophy have to change a little bit for you in some particular years as you look ahead toward the ultimate goal of getting to the NCAA tournament, knowing full well how hard this league is, and knowing, of course, the rule is out there that no matter how well you do in this league or in the non-conference, you have to be 500 or better to get that bid? Yeah,
it's a big task you take on every year. And I think adding the 4 teams last year changed the scheduling a little bit in the non-conference. I think with the new faces we have this year, we're replacing all of our production, which is exciting. You know, I think it's daunting in some ways, but also really exciting. I'm excited for you all to see what I see in the spring and this summer. But the non-conference, I think, sets us up for what conference can be, because it's a grind. And a lot of times you only have one chance at an opponent, and so you have to bring your top game every single night.
Yeah, and to specify in those departures, losing your top 5 point producers. So you mentioned that it's a challenge, but also an opportunity. What do you mean by that?
You get to see what you have. You know, you get to see who emerges, and you know, I think a lot of teams aren't going to know what we have because we're figuring that out too. You know, and I think that's the exciting part. You know, there's always challenges in this sport, and if you're not up for them, then you need to get out. And I'm sitting right here, so I'm up for the challenge.
Some familiar faces are there, like Mia Tuman, 2,000 career assists already. What's the expectation in 2025?
To get better, and she's been working so hard all year. You know, I think she's been a leader for this team, but now she's an official captain and just taking on that charge of getting us back to the tournament. Like, she's taken it personally, and you could see in her play.
How do you kind of describe, and I'm not sure if you can put into words, the importance of a veteran at that specific position to get you to where you need to be in the course of almost every single play that takes place throughout the course of a match?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, experience helps in every position, but in the setting position, just understanding the game, the knowledge of your hitters, the opponents, what you need to do, game plan, I think that's a big one. And she's matured every single year, so I expect this to be a big year for Mia.
Olivia Hasbrook is also here. She played in as many sets as anyone on your team a year ago, can turn her defense into offensive opportunities. What does she mean for your team?
Our first contact is taken care of, whether it's passing, defense, but she's a player that just brings her best every single day. She works hard. She also is a great leader, and I think having that first contact in place really helps everything else. And so she's going to help with the production, even though she's just passing. But just passing is a big deal.
I think for a lot of folks who are getting their first true view of high-level volleyball, one of the things that stands out to them is that first contact. And they wonder aloud sometimes when I watch with them, how on earth is that woman returning that ball that's coming in at the speed that it's coming at? Are you still sometimes amazed at what you see on the court and the level of athleticism that we're starting to see, which seems to increase every year?
Amazed, yes, but also that's the expectation. You know, like as the game continues to grow and the speed of the game, you have to keep up and have the athletes to do it. So to me, it's just vision and learning and teaching and growing. And, you know, I think our team is ready for all of it.
With as many departures as you had, obviously you had to be active in the portal, and you had 4 players on the roster, including former Miami transfer Ashley Carr, who was one of the ACC's best attackers last year. What was your overall philosophy going into the portal and looking for players like Ashley? You
know, I think we were looking for experience, both players that had an impact in the programs they were at, had some tournament experience, and the maturity that a fifth-year senior brings. You know, I think that's going to help this program as we continue to rebuild. We did touch on the non-conference and how you have to kind of massage that schedule sometimes, but you have Florida in the non-conference. And the beginning of your Big Ten schedule, much like it was a year ago, is really difficult. How do you kind of put emphasis on that part of the schedule, realizing it can set the tone, and at the same time, especially after experiencing what you did last year, not put all your eggs in that basket, knowing what it can mean down the road? Absolutely, and it's a matter of like just managing the segment, and so we're going to chunk it out, and so we're going to manage preseason and talk about managing versus winning it, and if we're winning it, then we're in charge of our destiny, and that's where we want to be. Is just, can we win each segment, handle it week by week, or 3 weeks at a time, let's look at these opponents that we're going to face and let's manage it. We do that, then we're making it back to the tournament. Jen, I've had the chance to talk with all the female head coaches today about being part of such a special group. So many of those coaches back with their alma maters, and it wasn't long ago that a female head coach in the picture of all the Big Ten volleyball coaches was the rarity. Yeah. Now it's become something of the norm, and a very successful norm, with Katie becoming the first woman to ever lead a Division I national championship. What does it feel like to you to be part of that group? I think it's super special. You know, I think that picture with Kathy a few years ago really changed the dynamic for administrators. I think that's when they step back. Something needs to change here, and to bring back so many strong females in each position, and 5 of us are at our alma maters. I think that's pretty special, and the pride that's there for each school, and just the responsibility and the gratefulness. I think I feel that every single day, and then it drives you a little bit more. You want your alma mater to be great. Well, let's finish there and with your team and what you define as success for the Buckeyes in 2025. We're going to make it back to the tournament. That's success. And our team is driven, our staff is driven, and everything that we're doing, our actions are going to meet that belief. Jen, Flynn Oldenburg, we appreciate the time. Can't wait to see you guys on the floor this year. All right, thank you very much. And if you're going to get to the tournament, the 2 players who are standing by with Elena and Holly are going to be a huge portion of that. Elena?
Thank you, Rick. We're now joined by Olivia Hasbrook and Mia Tuman. Welcome to the studio part of Big Ten Media Day. Mia, you've been here before. This is your second time back now. How was Media Days last year, and what did you tell Olivia before coming here?
Yeah, I told her that it's not as scary as it seems. I think last year I was super nervous, and then this year I was a lot calmer because everyone is just super friendly, and it's just be yourself and speak from the heart.
What does it mean to you two to be able to be here representing Ohio State volleyball?
I think it's just such a cool opportunity, and Big Ten's only conference that does this for volleyball. So I think getting to represent something so big is just really cool to do, especially for school and with people that I love.
Yeah, I love talking about Ohio State. It's one of the easiest things to do. I mean, so just to be here, to be able to represent Ohio State, it's an honor, honestly.
Olivia, your head coach just talked about first contact being taken care of with you on the court. What does that mean to you?
For me, it means being calm, leading the back row, and I think our coaches have done an amazing job of trying to help me get that experience under my belt and stay calm under pressure. And I think for me, just taking control and doing what I know how to do best.
Mia, you're an experienced setter in the lineup now. How much more confident are you this year than in the past?
Yeah, I think each year you learn something new and learn a little bit more. So I definitely feel more confident, and just now I'm an upperclassman, which is so weird, but I just try to be a leader for all the younger kids, and yeah, I'm feeling good.
With so many newcomers on your team this season, what have you guys been doing to build some team culture and chemistry in the spring and summer?
I think we do a really good job of everyone hangs out with everyone. Everyone is around everyone all the time. We do a really good job of making sure everyone feels comfortable being around one another and having conversations, like the fun and the hard ones. So I think building that foundation has set us up for success on the volleyball court, but we also have those relationships off the court. So they go hand in hand, but I think throughout the spring and summer we've made a big that's a huge focus for us. And I think you can tell with how we are off the court, we're just hanging out with each other, and on the court, you can see the trust and the love that we have for one another.
Yeah, same thing. I think just working on our culture a lot, and just we have some new people, but they're super bought in, and just kind of teaching them what we're about, and yeah, everything that Liv said.
Did you guys specifically work on anything, like you individually, in the spring?
I think for me, after like my first season, it was easy to kind of look up to people like we had Riley Rader and Emily Londat, those fifth years that have had a ton of experience. It was kind of easy for me to rely on them to kind of guide me. So I feel like without them, who I kind of leaned on as comfort people, I think for me, I kind of focused on being who I am as a leader and trying to be that positive source that I've always been, but going back to that and using my experience for the better and helping everyone around me.
Yeah, the spring and the summer is a great opportunity to just work really hard and be tired, be sore. So I think the weight room, we've been really getting after it. Our open gyms have been long, but I think we're all working really hard. That was a big focus, just like use this opportunity to be sore and do all the things.
Mia, you had an internship this summer at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing in that?
Yeah, so I'm a part of the Inpatient Tower Activation Team is the official name. But basically we're opening a new hospital, which is so exciting. It's almost 2 million square feet. It's cool that I get to talk about this. But it was just absolutely amazing to see a different side of Ohio State. Medical Center is it's way bigger than I knew going into it. But yeah, we're doing all the behind the scenes to just get the hospital open and ready for launch day.
Do you want to work in that field?
It was something I was interested in, and I think I'm actually going to continue my internship post-season, so I'm very excited about that. But definitely a possibility. I'm just kind of trying every opportunity I can. So,
Mia, I have to ask, this is so off topic of what we were just talking about, but I've been seeing on your TikTok that you do water reviews at every Big Ten gym, and I have so many questions.
Okay.
Where did that come from? Who started it? What kind of joy does that bring you? I gotta know more about it.
Yeah, so me and my teammate Ella Roble, we love reviewing anything. We love food and coffee and all the things. And water tastes different at every school we go to, so we just were like, why not bring our reviews here? And it's just been fun. Definitely gonna be continuing it this season, so stay tuned. Check out my TikTok.
Top 3.
Ooh.
Top 3. Valley is number 1,
Of
and I'm
course.
not biased. Like, I am, but it is the best water. Number 2, whose was really good? You're putting me on the spot, guys.
How's Ohio State's water?
Good, Cavelli.
just said
Oh,
yes.
I
Yes.
thought you said the Valley. I was
No,
like,
no, no.
the Valley is-
Ohio State,
Okay.
number 1. I would say number 2, California was really good.
That's what I thought you said.
USC, I think, was the second. Third, I don't know. I think people need to compete for that 3rd spot. So we'll leave it up
Now
for
they
this
know.
year and let you guys know.
Well, obviously we've seen some of your personality on that side, but how would you guys describe just the personality of your team and what your culture is like?
I think we're all very fun-loving, the goofy side, but we're also very competitive, definitely competitive. We see that side of us a lot, and I think very honest and open, loving towards each other.
Yeah.
Lots of hugs.
Yeah, we get along really well. I think we're a very tight-knit group. Definitely goofy. So I think our coaches do a good job of letting us be goofy and serious, having a good balance of that when we're in the gym. But yeah, just having fun. That's our main goal,
What's it like to play for your head coach?
I think it's such an amazing opportunity, and I feel like playing for someone as good of a person as she is, and she knows how we feel. She was a Buckeye herself, so I feel like she has that perspective, so she really cares about us as students. She cares about us as people, and she puts that's a super big priority for us. So I think that's really special to find someone that cares about you outside of the volleyball gym just as much as she cares about you as a player. And I think she really wants to just develop us as people and as athletes. And I think that's really special. And I love it. Like, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, Liv nailed it. I think she's just the epitome of what Buckeye pride is about. And you don't really know it until you're in it. But like being a Buckeye is just, it's so special. And so since she was a Buckeye, she knows. And she lets us just love it there. So
I know you come from a Michigan family. Have they got used to cheering for Ohio State, at least in one sport?
Yeah, my family is my biggest fan. Like I know it might hard on my dad, but he just wants what's best for me. So I think he knows that this was the best place for me to be, and like I was meant to be a Buckeye. So he'll put on the red t-shirt and he'll show up, and he's happy to wear my number. So yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Olivia, coming into the Big Ten last year as a freshman, getting that libero jersey, being able to step on the court, what was that experience like for you as a freshman, and what was that adjustment coming from, club volleyball to Big Ten volleyball play and playing defense against those attackers?
I think it's a huge jump, and like my experiences in club and high school, they're amazing. I played at a really high level for both of them, but I feel like you could play at the highest level for any of that, and jumping into the Big Ten where you're playing all these amazing players, like nothing can prepare you for that. So I feel like for me, my first time playing, like having Emily Londot hit from 10 feet away from me, like straight down the line, I feel like that was the easiest way for me to get used to it. Having players around me all the time that were pushing me really hard and that were so good already, and like that just pushed me to get acclimated really quick. And then our coaches did a great job of coaching me and getting me prepared. But as far as the experience, it was such a fun experience. Like I had no idea what to expect. I just went in with an open mind and was trying my best. And so this year I'm really excited to have that experience and kind of know what to expect. And I think it'll be more fun this year because I'm more prepared.
Looking at your upcoming schedule, anything you're really excited about? A trip, a matchup?
We get to go to Oregon and Washington for the first time. So we're really excited about that. It's obviously new, and I've never been there, so I'm excited to go to their gym and see what the energy is there for the first time.
Me too. Like I have never been to Oregon or Washington before, like for anything. So I'm super excited for that. We're going to Miami over Labor Day for a tournament. I think that'll be super fun too.
Does your team have any like pillars or mottos that you guys repeat and say in your gym a lot?
Yeah, right. It's been earn it. This summer has kind of been our thing. We want to earn everything that we get, and I think that's just been our mindset, is like the only way we're going to achieve what we want is through really hard work. And so earn it's kind of been our little saying.
I think another one is like playing loose and free. We talk about that a lot. Like we're at our best when we're playing loose and free. If we get tight, that's when we start getting timid, and that's not who we are as people. So I feel like JFO does a great job of reiterating that all the time. Like play loose and free, because that's who we are as people. That's when we do our best.
Your coach said getting back to the tournament was a goal. Is that something your team talks about, and is that your team goal as well?
Yes, for sure. We talked about that, and we all want that. And like we have this writing on our whiteboard right now, and it says, how bad do you want it? And it just says bad. Like we all want this so much, and I think we work for that every single day. That's always in the back of our mind. We stay present, but that's always like the goal. We're always trying to be better ourselves every day so that we can make it back there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're really hungry this season, and we have really big goals for ourselves, and we're just going to take it week by week and attack it with that mindset. Yeah.
When people think of Ohio State volleyball, what do you want them to think about? What are some first words that come to mind?
I think like just real gritty. I think I don't know, I think a lot of people are going to count us out this season, but we are really hungry, and we've got some great new additions to the team, and I'm just really excited for everyone to see what's going to happen this year.
I was going to say show up. Like this year, we're here, we're ready. We've been working super hard in the spring and summer, and we're going to show up to all these games, and we're going to show up and expect to win.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to watch you guys this season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You guys too.